After you've installed the Epic Game Launcher, you might see something like this. We need to go over here on the left and click Unreal Engine. And it won't look exactly like this, but the version that you would have installed will be shown up here. You can have several versions of Unreal Engine installed at the same time. At the filming in late September, this is the latest version. You can add here to see different versions, and you want to make sure you have the latest one no matter when you're using it. The projects that you have will be shown below, and they will be linked to that version. So you can see here that I have even projects for Unreal Engine 4.24, which is a very old version. So I can open these in the new version that will convert it, but I can also add that version to make sure that if I make edits to a very old project, I do it with the same settings that I originally did it in. The other overview here, so we have the engines here, then my projects, and then below here you can see I have a lot of saved content from what's called the Fab library. Fab is Epic Games library for 3D objects and audio and all sorts of other packs like that. To start, we click Launch if we want to create a new project. When you do this the first time, there is very often all sorts of kind of, not issues, but other things that pop up, such as you might need to install things or things like that. But after you've done that, you should get something like this. So it should say Unreal Engine Project Browser. So you can either browse the projects that you've already created, or you can use some of these presets here: games, film, video, live events, architecture, which seems logical that we would use this, but this is really set up for architectural visualization, and it can be useful, but we are not going to use that. Instead, we're going to go to games and click on a blank project. If you're doing an Experience R project specifically for VR, you can use this template, but we're not going to do that right now. You can click blank, and you want to make sure you have the quality set to maximum and that it's a desktop. We're not doing for mobile. And then we want to name it. And as you can see, you cannot use spaces. So if we want to have separate words, you can use a dash or something else. I'm going to call it like that. And then you can also see where it's going to save. And this is very important because by default, if I open here and look at this, you can see that by default, it gets saved under Documents on your computer, under Unreal Engine Projects. And here you can see that I have a few other ones already, and this is where it will be saved by default. And it's important to know where this gets saved because a lot of these, let's see if I can check here, gets really, really big. See, this project is almost 10 gigabytes, and I think that's something reasonable to assume, that your project very quickly gets to 5 or even 10 or even 20 gigabytes. So you need to make sure that wherever you save this, it needs to have enough space. You can work on an external drive, but it needs to be a very fast one with a USB-C connection to your computer. So we're gonna keep this. I find that it's useful to keep it in the same place, and then create. And this might take a little while, depending on your computer, depending on also if you're launching this the first time, because Unreal Engine has a few presets that loads beforehand. So this, I might pause here and continue later. Okay, that was pretty quick. Don't worry if this takes up to 5 minutes the first time. That's fine. So now you will have the Unreal Engine project up and running, and it will look something like this.